Y'all talking about Chop having an identity crisis. Man, have y'all seen this duck?
I'm gonna decline your offer with a way better proposition for you.
When NLE Choppa and Blueface linked up back in 2019, nobody expected the chaos that was about to unfold. What began as a fire collab quickly turned into one of hip-hop's messiest feuds ever. Diss tracks dropped left and right, fights broke out, and challenge after challenge started flying all over the internet. But when Choppa mentioned Blueface's 2-year-old son, things hit a whole new level. What he said next crossed every line imaginable. From day one homies to full-blown enemies, NLE Choppa and Blueface's fallout hit hard. These two went from creating bangers together to airing out all their business online. And not for the right reasons. Fans couldn't believe how fast loyalty turned to smoke. Now their beef has turned into something way bigger than anyone thought. What started as some casual talk about a boxing match exploded into one of the most personal and talked about rivalries in rap right now. And with every new clip or fight footage going viral, people can't stop speculating. Will they really throw hands for real this time? The story really starts back in 2019 when both NLE Choppa and Blueface were rising fast in the game. NLE Choppa had just dropped Shada Flow, and that track was blowing up the internet like crazy. The Memphis spitter was on fire, but needed someone to push the song even further into the spotlight. That's when Blueface stepped in. The Los Angeles rapper, already viral off Thotiana, jumped on the remix for Shada Flow, and together they made a certified banger that boosted both their careers big time. At first, everything looked solid. Two young rappers from opposite coasts teaming up to make noise and shake up the industry. But behind the scenes, Blueface saw their partnership as way more than just a remix collab. He really believed he was helping put Choppa on. He's even said multiple times that he took Choppa under his wing, introducing him to industry connects, showing him how to move, and treating him like a little bro. Blueface claimed he opened doors Choppa couldn't have reached on his own, bringing him into rooms with the right people and helping him level up his entire wave. But that mentorship, at least in Blueface's mind, became the root of the problem later on. When the tension started years down the line, Blueface felt like Choppa had forgotten who helped him rise up.
So, for example, NLE Choppa, I helped this man. Got him all his little shit on. He used to video chat me with girls like, look, I know Blueface. I used to be like, yeah, that's the bro, you know?
He said their bond wasn't just business, it was personal. In Blueface's eyes, their friendship was built on real loyalty, the kind where an older artist expects respect back for helping the younger one grow. He believed Choppa should have shown that same love he once bragged about, but instead, everything started to fall apart. Over time, the whole dynamic between NLE Choppa and Blueface took a wild turn. Blueface started feeling straight up betrayed as Choppa slowly began to distance himself. While Blueface was caught up in all kinds of drama, legal issues, messy situations with Chrisean rock, and public scandals popping up everywhere, Choppa started moving different. He wasn't showing that same loyalty anymore, and the love that once looked genuine started to fade fast. Blueface noticed it right away. The little bro who used to tap in, show respect, and check in regularly suddenly went ghost. That switch-up didn't just sting, it planted serious resentment that grew into full-blown tension between them. Things really started heating up between 2023 and 2024 when talk of a celebrity boxing match started floating around. Blueface accused Choppa of backing out after showing interest, even saying Choppa made fake flyers and promo sites without locking down any official deal. According to Blueface, Choppa was just capping for attention. He claimed the Memphis rapper hyped up a fight that was never going to happen just to boost his own buzz. Blueface said Choppa wanted the clout, not the clash. But Choppa told a different story. He said the whole thing was blown way out of proportion and called it nothing more than a publicity stunt. According to him, no one ever sat down and finalized real terms for the fight, so he pulled out until things were official. Both rappers stuck to their sides, and that's when their quiet tension turned into an open war online. There was never a real contract signed, no guaranteed payout, no official deal, just smoke and mirrors made to stir up attention. According to Choppa, the whole thing was never legit. So why would he jump into something that didn't even exist for real? But by the time the truth came out, the damage was already done. Blueface took it as straight disrespect. In his eyes, Choppa was dodging a real face-to-face showdown. For Blueface, it was simple. Choppa was scared to step up. He talked tough in his lyrics and all over social media. But when it came time to actually prove it, he disappeared. That "he's all talk" label stuck to Choppa and became a major part of Blueface's attacks for years to come. Every time the topic came up, Blueface reminded people of that so-called ducking moment. But things got way worse when Choppa started speaking on Blueface's personal life. As Blueface's drama with Chrisean Rock and other scandals exploded across the internet, Choppa jumped into the mix with comments that hit below the belt. He started talking about Blueface's relationships and rumors that were already all over the blogs, and that's when everything really went left.
Because he put the phone up there and he got some brawls because he knew you and now you feeling some type of way.
Nah, reason I felt type of way when he went online and started, defending whoever I was dealing with at the time.
Right.
You know, it's like, why would you do that? Oh, you just trying to jump on a trend, get a little buzz going. You don't gotta do that, gang.
Right.
To Blueface, that was the ultimate betrayal. He couldn't believe someone he once helped rise up, someone who used to call him Big Bro, was now taking public shots while he was already getting dragged through the media. That move crossed the line completely and turned their feud into something personal that couldn't be undone. That move went against everything Blueface stood for when it came to loyalty and keeping it solid with your people. He always believed that real ones don't kick their homies when they're down. But in his eyes, that's exactly what Choppa did.
So
did you see my interview with T-Pain? T-Pain say, when they take, nobody's your brother. They're only their brother as long as they can use you. When you hot, you can do them a solid, they're your brother.
Yeah.
When you cannot, they're not your brother.
Yeah, we falling out then. That's how I am.
Things got way messier once Choppa started throwing shade about Blueface's situation with Chrisean Rock. To Blueface, those comments weren't just uncalled for, they were flat out of pocket.
Yeah.
He interjected himself when he
just picked a side. You know? Pick the side. Type. And you can't never choose the female. Now that's weird. You know what I mean? Imagine you and your girl getting into it.
Right.
And I'm speaking up for your female.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You
Shannon, if you don't slap the out of me.
You ain't.
You feel me?
When you're right, when you're right, you ain't wrong.
Yeah, man. Yeah, if you don't shut the up while I'm talking to this.
By the end of 2025, Blueface had just come home from a short prison stint, and his mindset was completely different. He wasn't in the mood for fake smiles or friendly talk anymore. Fresh out, he came back to the scene with a huge chip on his shoulder, ready to speak his truth loud and clear. He felt betrayed by people he once called brothers, especially NLE Choppa. In his mind, all that "we locked in" energy was gone the moment he got locked up. So when he got the chance to talk, he didn't hold back one bit. During a December 2025 sit-down on Club Shay Shay, Blueface let it all out. He straight up called NLE Choppa a clown for speaking on his personal life after riding the wave of their connection early in his career. Blueface said Choppa flipped from being grateful to being downright disrespectful, and he made sure everyone knew it. He told the world he was done being cordial and made it clear that if Choppa really wanted to take things there, he was more than ready to handle it face to face. No talking, just action.
But that's how NLE is. NLE's kind of like a clown to this.
Okay.
Whatever they say do. Be gay, be Muslim, be a vegetarian, vegan. He gonna do it.
Okay.
He's going through a lot of phases, that's all. So he's growing up. But when he looks back, he's gonna realize, a lot of these phases were.
Yeah, he had a real one.
Blueface wasn't just taking random shots. He was calling out what he saw as NLE Choppa's so-called public transformation. Around 2021, Choppa switched up his whole image and started pushing a spiritual lifestyle. He was talking about veganism, meditation, herbal teas, third eye awakening, and spreading positive energy all over social media. He even branded himself like a young guru, preaching about peace, balance, and self-healing. But to Blueface, all that was straight up cap. He felt like Choppa was just jumping on the next trendy wave to stay in the spotlight. One day, it was the spiritual route, and the next, it was something totally different. No consistency, just whatever kept the buzz alive. Blueface didn't buy any of it, and he made that clear for everyone to hear. Then he took things even further with one of the boldest claims yet, accusing NLE Choppa of set switching, saying he went from Crip to Blood and was pretending for clout. That kind of talk hits deep in hip-hop culture, where gang ties are taken seriously, and set tripping can turn a rap beef into something way more dangerous. To Blueface, Choppa wasn't real. He was a fraud who claimed the street life without ever standing on it for real. And once those accusations started flying, there was no turning back. The tension between them was boiling over, and the industry could feel it. Every new interview, every tweet, every post added more heat to the fire. Fans could sense a major blow-up coming, but nobody realized just how personal and grimy it was about to get. Things turned real personal once 2026 hit. January brought the exact moment fans had been waiting for. NLE Choppa finally stopped dodging the topic and went straight for the jugular. He reignited the whole feud on wax with a snippet from Shada Flow 8, and it was packed with pure disrespect aimed right at Blueface. In the track, Choppa dropped bars referencing turning Crips red, a cold-blooded shot straight at Blueface's gang ties. And everyone knew exactly who he was talking about. The message was loud, clear, and dangerous. Choppa wasn't backing down at all. He wanted smoke, and he made sure the whole world heard it. Within hours, the snippet spread across social media like wildfire. Fans broke down every single lyric, dissecting lines, making side-by-side comparisons, and arguing non-stop about who was really winning the beef. The hype built fast. Everyone was waiting to see if Blueface would let it slide or clap back just as hard. Then came Blueface's reaction. Live on stream. He was caught completely off guard when he heard Choppa's shots for the first time. At first, he tried to play it cool, laughed it off, even called it cute. But you could see the anger boiling underneath that chill front. The disbelief hit hard. The same rapper he once helped elevate, the one he called Little Bro, was now taking public shots at him in a track that millions of people were bumping.
Y'all talking about Chop having an identity crisis. Man, have y'all seen this duck ass? This bitch got every brand in the world on him. Cause you wake up every day, you want to learn how to be the best gang banger. You pitiful, sir. You feel me? Mr. Butt Down Tatiana. Mr. That's the only shit I can think of.
That moment changed everything. The tension was no longer behind the scenes. It was public, raw, and about to explode for the whole world to see. Blueface fired back with everything he had. No filters, no hesitation, just pure smoke. He went straight for Choppa's image and pride, clowning his whole identity and calling him out for switching gangs. Blueface questioned if Choppa had ever really put in work in the streets the way he claimed, saying the respect he wanted wasn't something he had earned. Every word hit personal. This wasn't rap competition anymore. This was raw emotion spilling out for the world to see. There was no more pretending to take the high road or act unbothered. Blueface was done with all that.
Man, you little dog, you wake up every day, you don't even prioritize nothing bigger than some that ain't gave you nothing positive in life. Man, what you want to be respected? You wake up every day trying to be something you truly not. You the one really having an identity, bro. When I wake up, I thank God, bro.
He issued a public 24-hour challenge to Choppa, daring him to squabble up, either fight or stay quiet. He said he was done with the internet back and forth and wasn't interested in trading lyrics or social media jabs anymore. Blueface made it clear he wanted to settle it the old school way. Man to man, hands only, no talking. But then he took things to another level that had the internet completely stunned. During a live stream, Blueface brought out NLE Choppa's child's mother, Marissa, and laughed at Choppa's diss right there on camera. That move turned the whole situation nuclear. Fans flooded the comments in disbelief, some calling it ruthless, others saying it went way too far. Even people who had been entertained by the feud agreed that dragging someone's family into the mess crossed a serious line. What started as rap beef had now spiraled into something deep, personal, and dangerously close to real-life consequences. By this point, Blueface didn't care about boundaries, not one bit. He was fully locked into war mode and wanted to hit Choppa where it hurt most. If that meant bringing up his child's mother and making jokes on stream, he was willing to cross that line without hesitation. The feud had officially turned from petty jabs into a no-limits showdown, and both sides were now playing for pride, not peace. Then, in early February, around the 2nd and 3rd, NLE Choppa finally clapped back, but not in the way people expected. Instead of taking the fade challenge, he flipped the script completely.
I'm gonna decline your offer with a way better proposition for you. You feel me? Because we know you owe $23 million to that club, for one. You owe another $100,000 to Soulja Boy, baby mama. So your goal is to give me the fight you to help pay off your debt. Okay, cool. I understand it, right?
Choppa declined the fight altogether and went straight for Blueface's pockets, calling him a clout chaser in debt. He accused Blueface of owing $23 million to a club, plus another $100,000 to Soulja Boy's baby mother, saying the whole fight challenge was just a desperate money move. According to Choppa, Blueface wasn't trying to settle a beef, he was trying to get paid. He said Blueface was down bad financially and using the drama as a bag grab to dig himself out of a hole. Fans couldn't believe the accusations, but things took a shocking twist right after. Choppa then crossed a line nobody expected him to. He brought up Blueface's young son, Chrisean Jr. He made a cruel comment tied to online rumors about the child's development and even joked about setting up a slap box between their kids. The internet went absolutely insane after that. Even fans who had been laughing at the back and forth before said Choppa went way too far this time. Mentioning someone's child, especially under those kinds of rumors, was seen as one of the lowest, most disrespectful moves possible in any beef, no matter the history. Choppa took things to a level that shocked everyone. He actually suggested that their kids should fight each other. He mocked Blueface's 2-year-old son over alleged health issues. And that's when everything crossed the line completely. This wasn't about music, respect, or street status anymore. This was full-on personal warfare that hit the lowest point possible. Reports started flooding social media saying that NLE Choppa had officially rejected Blueface's challenge to an actual fade, the same one that had been heating up all week from their back and forth. Instead of throwing hands himself, Choppa redirected the whole confrontation into something way darker by proposing a so-called competition between their toddler sons. TMZ even quoted Choppa straight from his Instagram Live, where he said he wanted to see whose son operates better. That line set off alarms instantly. The implication was cruel, calculated, and meant to hit Blueface deep. Using innocent kids as part of a grown man's beef is something fans don't ever forgive easily. The internet exploded with backlash. People all over called Choppa out for dodging the fade and acting soft after all his tough talk. Even fans who had supported him before started switching sides, saying he took things way too far. It was wild seeing how fast the narrative flipped. The same rapper who once preached about peace, energy, and healing was now being dragged for doing the exact opposite. Everyone was asking the same question. How could someone who talks so much about positivity sink this low? People online couldn't believe what they were seeing. How could someone who claimed to be spiritually evolved make cruel jokes about a child's possible disabilities? The outrage was instant and massive. On X, users flooded timelines calling Choppa out, with one post going viral saying, "Targeting a baby? That's weak AF. Blueface might be wild, but don't ever bring kids into it." The reaction was overwhelmingly negative. Even Choppa's own day ones couldn't defend him this time. Social media turned on him fast. Some people said he was desperate and trying to stir controversy because his career momentum had slowed down. Others believed he was just scared of facing Blueface in an actual fade and used the child comments as a way to distract everyone from backing out of the fight. Either way, the move backfired completely, damaging his image and making him look cold-hearted. Meanwhile, Blueface and Chrisean were furious. Blueface publicly denied all the rumors that Choppa was referencing, saying they were made-up lies that only hurt innocent people. Chrisean, the mother of their son, was even more fired up. She called the claims fake news and said she was sick of people using her baby as a weapon in someone else's drama. She had already been dealing with endless hate from trolls, and now another rapper was adding to her pain just for clout. The situation spiraled fast, with real families now caught in the middle of internet chaos. Still, fans kept fueling the hype with polls across Instagram and TikTok, debating who would actually win in a boxing match. About 60 to 70% picked Blueface, citing his reach and experience, while others backed Choppa's youth and agility. Even as things got darker and more personal, people couldn't look away. This beef had officially taken over the culture. Blueface stood tall, literally. At 6'4" with real boxing experience under his belt, fans couldn't deny he had a physical edge that demanded respect.
I'm not the toughest guy in the world, you know, but I'm a different breed, man. If I touch the canvas, somebody else gonna touch the canvas too. I'm gonna get my ass up, put my hands up,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna make sure it's even. I promise you, just because I got that dog in me, you feel me? So some people get hit hard enough to where they don't want to get up.
Right.
You hit me hard enough and I can't get up.
He'd already proven in the past that he knew how to move in the ring, and that gave him a huge advantage in this whole showdown. Blueface had spoken openly before about his fighter's mentality, not claiming to be untouchable, but confident that he had that dog in him. He made it clear that even if he ever got dropped, he'd get right back up and keep swinging until the end. That relentless energy made fans believe he'd have the upper hand if the two ever actually threw hands for real. But while fans hyped up his fighting spirit, Blueface wasn't exactly in the clear either. As the beef got nastier, he started dropping some questionable comments that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. His use of homophobic jokes and strange baby oil references drew backlash from across social media, with people calling the insults outdated and unnecessary. So while Choppa was getting slammed for his comments about Blueface's son, Blueface was catching his own wave of criticism for taking things too far in another direction. Both rappers were losing ground in the public eye, showing the worst versions of themselves as this feud kept spiraling out of control. Fans who once rooted for the music were now watching two stars tear each other down in real time. NLE Choppa didn't slow down. He kept firing shots, mocking Blueface's entire look and image. He said, "Y'all talking about Chop having an identity crisis? Have y'all seen this man's face?" And then went all in, clowning the fact that Blueface has multiple brand logos tattooed across his face. Choppa argued that for someone covered in corporate logos to call anyone else lost or confused was wild. He claimed Blueface was the one without a real identity. He doubled down hard, calling the tattoos proof that Blueface was more of a walking billboard than an artist with authenticity. Fans couldn't believe how personal it had gotten. What started as a rap rivalry had now turned into full-blown character assassination. Major outlets like All Hip Hop and XXL began reporting on the feud from a different angle, framing it as something beyond entertainment. Commentators pointed out that it wasn't just diss tracks anymore. It was personal exposure, bitterness, and humiliation on display for millions to see. The tone shifted from hype to concern as the beef spiraled deeper into chaos. This was no longer about who had better bars or who could out-rap who. It was two grown men tearing each other apart publicly and dragging families into the fallout. The hip-hop community started asking the real question: can anyone actually win a feud that's gotten this toxic? As of February 4th, 2026, things are still tense, and there's no sign of peace on the horizon. Fans are watching every post, every live, every bar, wondering where the smoke is heading next, because this war clearly isn't over yet. So far, the feud between NLE Choppa and Blueface is still all talk. No real fight has gone down. Despite all the tough talk about fading, squaring up, and handling it like real ones, neither of them has actually stepped into the ring or caught the other out in public. The so-called new fight footage that's been blowing up online tells a bigger story about how beefs work in today's social media era. It's more about going viral than throwing actual punches. When fans started digging deeper, the truth got clear fast. After searching across social platforms, checking X posts, and watching countless video breakdowns, nothing solid turned up. Tons of pages have uploaded clips titled "Blueface Jumps NLE Choppa," new footage, or something similar. But not one verifiable video of a real altercation exists. What people have been hyping up isn't what it seems. The supposed fight videos with millions of views turned out to be reaction clips, edited mashups, and commentary breakdowns. Not a single clip of Blueface or Choppa actually throwing hands. It's wild how quickly misinformation spreads when fans are hungry for drama. What's really happening is all digital: streams, posts, and diss snippets, not street fades or boxing matches. The beef lives through lives, lyrics, and viral clips instead of real punches being thrown. In the end, this just shows how modern rap beefs have evolved. It's not about who wins the fight anymore, it's about who wins the timeline. What's actually going viral right now isn't a real fight, it's the war of words. The clips lighting up everyone's timelines are Blueface's heated live streams reacting to Choppa's disses, and Choppa's Instagram videos where he breaks down why he's refusing to run the fade. Then you've got fans, bloggers, and media outlets dissecting every move from both sides. This is the fight footage that's taken over the internet for real. The viral moments flooding TikTok and Instagram are all about emotion and energy, not fists flying. Blueface's streams rack up millions of views every time he goes off, while Choppa's calm but cutting responses keep people glued to their screens. In the age of social media, a verbal confrontation can hit just as hard as a physical one. The tension, the disrespect, the reactions, all of it feels explosive when it's happening live. Once those clips start spreading, it's a chain reaction. People share them, drop their opinions, make memes, and create reaction content until the drama floods every feed. Algorithms push the beef even harder, turning every petty jab into viral gold. Before long, millions of people feel like they just witnessed a real fight, even though not a single punch was thrown. Some of the hype also comes from confusion with old rumors. Back in 2024, There were fake stories about Blueface allegedly jumping NLE after a boxing fallout that supposedly led to arrests, but those claims were later debunked. Still, old headlines keep getting recycled, mixed with new drama, and reposted like it's breaking news. Now it's one messy storyline where facts and cap blend together, a digital battlefield where perception hits harder than punches and clout becomes the real knockout. If any real fight footage exists, nobody outside their inner circles has seen it. Not a single verifiable clip has surfaced yet. Every so-called exclusive leak floating around online is pure speculation, and even major sources are treating it that way. The truth is simple. No one knows for sure if NLE Choppa and Blueface ever actually threw hands. Everything people are talking about comes straight from social media posts, live streams, and interviews, not confirmed evidence. The flashy titles about new fight footage might grab attention, but once you click, there's never an actual brawl to be found. It's all talk, edits, and reactions. Not the action fans expect. This whole situation perfectly shows how modern rap beefs have evolved. What starts as music and friendly competition can twist into personal chaos fueled by algorithms and comment sections. What began as a collab between two buzzing artists has spiraled into a full-blown war that now drags in family, kids, and deep personal wounds. Neither rapper seems ready to back down, but neither is really stepping up to fight either. They're both stuck in a cycle, trading insults for engagement, racking up views, but never finding real resolution. Right now, fans are sitting on edge waiting for Blueface's promised response track, but nothing's dropped yet. The hype is building like crazy, with everyone wondering if he'll finally unload a diss that matches the heat of his IG rants. Listeners want bars that bite, lines that really sting, something that feels like a final word in this never-ending drama. And of course, fans keep bringing up the idea of a celebrity boxing match, something that could settle it and make major money. With the boxing influencer scene blowing up huge in recent years, a Blueface versus NLE Choppa fight could be a headline event if either one finally decides to stop talking and step inside the ring. These days, rappers squaring up in official boxing matches isn't just street talk, it's big business. Fans pay real money to watch their favorite artists settle beefs in the ring, and promoters line up to make it happen. If NLE Choppa and Blueface could just put their egos aside long enough to sign a legit contract, they could both walk away with massive bags while finally giving fans the face-off they've been begging for. But the real question is, will pride and anger ruin that chance? Because if they keep letting emotions run the show, this whole feud could fade into meme territory real quick. The internet's attention span is shorter than ever. And if the drama doesn't evolve into something more concrete, the world will move on to the next trending controversy in a heartbeat. If that happens, their wildest moments will end up as meme material instead of real milestones in hip-hop history. And that's the sad part. While fans will laugh and forget, the families caught in the crossfire, especially the kids who got dragged into this mess, will have to live with those words forever, long after the hype dies down. Critics have already been saying NLE Choppa's career momentum has slowed, while Blueface seems to rely on feuds to stay in the spotlight. From a cynical point of view, both rappers are eating off the chaos, even if it's bad for their reputations. In today's industry, drama equals numbers. Every post, every live stream, every diss adds fuel to the algorithm. In a world where attention is the new currency, even negative publicity can be flipped into profit. And that's exactly what keeps this toxic cycle spinning. Whether either of them will ever admit that this beef might be part strategy is a whole different question. A lot of fans believe it's a calculated move, clout mixed with emotion, the perfect recipe for going viral. The whole thing even mirrors the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake drama from 2024, where the disses turned deeply personal but never crossed into real violence. Beef has always been a part of hip-hop's DNA, from the early days of rap battles to the street-level feuds that sometimes ended in tragedy. Some rivalries burned out quietly, while others went way too far. The tension between NLE Choppa and Blueface sits somewhere in the middle, intense enough to grab headlines, but not dangerous enough yet to cause real-world damage beyond bruised egos and bad blood. But there's still a layer of danger, the gang element. When Crip and blood talk gets mixed into the conversation, the energy shifts. It's not just about who's the better rapper anymore. It touches deeper codes that go way beyond music. In the streets, accusations of set switching or being fake aren't small talk. They're serious statements that can carry real consequences. Even if nobody expects this particular feud to reach that deadly level, the undertone is still heavy. The stakes aren't about music charts, they're about pride, reputation, and credibility in a culture that values authenticity above all else. And this isn't the first time Blueface has followed this kind of pattern either. He's had similar public fallouts before, like his back and forth with Soulja Boy, where things also involved fight challenges, money owed, and even mentions of kids. It's almost like his go-to playbook: stir controversy, make it personal, and keep the spotlight hot.
Bro, what you mean?
But see, you had better times out. There were better times.
Nah, you don't forget shit like that. You don't get to do that. You don't get to 2 years later, you got a cool song or whatever the case may be, and you just think like, oh.
Once again, it's that same mix of ego, emotion, and exposure. The formula that keeps his name trending no matter the cost. The formula has become predictable. Challenge somebody to a fade, mock their family, and keep the drama alive as long as it keeps the name trending. For Blueface, that strategy has worked time and time again. But whether it'll help him in the long run is still up for debate.
You thought y'all was really down, huh?
Not even just down, at least down enough for you not to go against me.
Oh, okay.
Socially.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Yeah.
You can mind your business.
Oh, okay.
But if
You feel they spoke out of pocket?
Yeah, if you see my girl or you see something online, you don't
comment.
Yeah, you don't step out your body.
At the core of this whole mess sits something surprisingly simple: loyalty. Blueface truly believes he was there for Choppa when it mattered most and expected that same love and respect to come back his way. He saw their bond as something brotherly, a connection built beyond the music. But for Choppa, it seems like the relationship was more business than brotherhood, a collab, not a commitment. He didn't feel like he owed Blueface anything once the music was done, and with both refusing to admit fault or back down, the feud just keeps dragging on, each side digging in deeper and feeding the fire with every new post, bar, or stream. In the bigger picture, the NLE Choppa versus Blueface saga shows exactly what hip-hop beef looks like in 2026, a wild mix of art, ego, and entertainment. The fight footage everyone talks about isn't real punches. It's digital warfare, live streams, reactions, and viral moments. The emotions behind it all, 100% real, but the delivery, the timing, the captions, the shock value, that's pure strategy crafted for clicks and engagement. This is modern rap beef, loud, chaotic, deeply personal, and always just one tap away on your phone. No physical evidence needed, just posts, sound bites, and millions of eyes waiting for the next chapter to unfold. This whole saga proves just how powerful social media really is when it comes to shaping stories and controlling the spotlight. Millions of people swear they've seen real footage that might not even exist. The story's been told, twisted, and reposted so many times that the facts barely matter anymore. What matters now is the engagement, the clicks, the views, the wild comment sections. That's the real scoreboard everyone's watching. That's the currency both Blueface and NLE Choppa are trading in. Attention. Whether they actually win or lose this feud doesn't even matter as much as staying relevant, staying talked about, and keeping their names buzzing online. But the real question remains, will these two ever settle it in the ring for real? Or will they just keep going back and forth on socials until the next big controversy takes over everyone's timeline? Only time will tell how this plays out. But one thing's for sure, the internet's watching every single move, ready to clip, comment, and react the moment something new drops. The pressure's on, and whoever blinks first might just lose more than pride. They'll lose the narrative, and that's a wrap for this one. If you made it this far, you already know the deal. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know whose side you're on and how you think this feud's gonna end. Stay locked in. More heat's coming your way real soon.